Hi, this is Robert Ivey, Chief Technology Officer of GCA Technology Services. And today, in the GCA labs, we're going to discuss provisioning Cerner access with SailPoint Identity IQ. Within Cerner, there's three different things that we can provision access to. The first one is the primary thing that gives them access, and that's their position. Within Cerner, you can only have one position at any point in time on any account. With the position, we have groups and organizational groups. You can have more than one group and more than one organizational group. As you can imagine, sending your end user base in and asking them what position and what groups and organizational groups we need is not a realistic endeavor. So that's where we go and build roles. A role will allow us to bundle up a position with groups and organizational groups, provide a label for it so that it can be requested. As an example, we have a Cerner ER physician. That can have a position, one or more groups, one or more organizational groups. We bundle that up, we call it a Cerner ER physician, and now that can be requested by and or for your ER physicians in your environment. But we can even go one step further than that. So let's say instead of having a Cerner ER physician who's at the hospital, let's say they're at an affiliated hospital that shares the same instance of Cerner. In this case, they're going to need to be a remote user as well so they can VPN into the environment. Along with their VPN access, they're required to have multi-factor authentication and of course a network account. And then because they're a typical hospital user, they get a network account and an email account. Now what we can do here is we could take these three sub-roles, bundle them together, organize them under the top level remote ER physician role. So now in the event that at that additional facility that we have that shares our instance of Cerner, we can now request a remote ER physician, get that approved by the organization, and it will automatically provision all of the access. Now, when a new physician starts in an ER at that facility, they simply request that access or maybe even birthright that access to them automatically, and it'll provision all of the access, and we won't have human error, and we won't miss any of the individual entitlement pieces that make up that access. All we need is to bring in a Cerner connector into our SailPoint Identity IQ environment, and all of the construct exists to allow us to do everything else. And that is how we automate provisioning to Cerner using SailPoint Identity IQ.